Ezekiel 38-39 is not only one of the most enigmatic passages in the Bible, it is a veritable prophetic battlefield. An epic conflict, with implications that go far beyond Israel, unfolds in these pages. Are we seeing clues about future events that will change the course of history? The figure of Gog, described as a powerful leader, emerges as an imposing villain in this narrative. He leads a vast and menacing army from the north, while Magog is presented as his homeland. But who exactly is Gog? And why does his attack on Israel carry such significant weight? Here, theological debate heats up. Many scholars disagree about the exact timing of this battle. Some believe it takes place before the tribulation, a time when Israel would experience an illusory peace before chaos takes over. Imagine a period of 7 years of burning weapons and 7 months of burying the dead. Amazing, right? On the other hand, there are those who place this event at the beginning of the tribulation. In this scenario, the apparent peace would be the result of a pact between Israel and the Antichrist, mentioned in Daniel 9:27. An agreement that, at first glance, seems to bring stability, but that would soon reveal itself to be a deadly trap. Regardless of when this battle takes place, one thing is clear. God intervenes in a spectacular way. Can you imagine? Devastating earthquakes, confusion among enemy troops, torrential rains, fire and brimstone falling from the sky. It is a spectacle of power that makes it clear that the true commander of this story is God himself. And the result? Well, here is the highlight: the sanctification of God's name before all nations. Israel, which seemed destined for disaster, is restored and experiences a peace that defies human logic. But this is only the beginning. The prophecy of Gog and Magog appears again in Revelation, but now in an even grander setting. Prepare for a battle on a global scale. This time we are not talking just about Israel, but about all nations uniting in rebellion against God. And who is behind this? Himself, Satan. Have you ever stopped to imagine what the final judgment would be like? In Revelation, the fate of these armies is sealed once and for all. Fire from heaven descends and consumes the rebels, while Satan is thrown into the lake of fire. It is the end of an era, the closing of the darkest chapter in human history. Now, compare the two battles. Ezekiel's is localized, focused on Israel and its surroundings. Revelation's is global, involving all nations. But the differences don't stop there. While Ezekiel speaks of sanctification and restoration, Revelation presents us with the final judgment, the moment when evil is eradicated forever. However, it is worth highlighting the powerful symbolism that permeates these narratives. Gog and Magog do not represent only human enemies or specific nations. They are archetypes of rebellion against God, personifications of resistance to the divine plan. This struggle transcends the ages, pointing to the ongoing battle between good and evil that marks human history. These battles also invite us to reflect on our role as believers. Are we on God's side in His promises and purposes, or are we seduced by the illusions of the world? The vision of a final judgment challenges us to live with urgency and purpose, knowing that the time for decision is now. What's more, the prophecies of Ezekiel and Revelation remind us that God is faithful even in the midst of chaos. When all seems lost, He continues to work, guiding history toward a glorious conclusion. It's an invitation to trust, even when we don't see the whole picture. These epic narratives also teach us something profound. He not only defeats evil, but He does so in a way that reveals His justice, power, and love. He restores what has been broken, honors His promises, and demonstrates that in His sovereignty, every detail is under control. Furthermore, the imagery of restoration and victory in Ezekiel is a reminder that God acts not only to judge, but also to redeem. He does not abandon His people, even when circumstances seem darkest. In the midst of chaos, He prepares a path of restoration and glory. Ultimately, the message of Ezekiel 38-39 and Revelation is clear. The future belongs to God, and He has already written the end of the story. No matter how dark the days may seem, evil will be defeated and justice will prevail. What an incredible promise for us all. So as you reflect on these prophecies, be inspired by this truth. God's triumph is assured. He reigns sovereign, guiding creation toward His ultimate purpose. And in the end, God's victory will be the greatest testament to His glory and love for us. If you haven't subscribed yet, Click the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos like this one. And there's more. In the description, you'll find an incredible video that complements this topic. May God be with you.